All right, we're live.
Beautiful. Well, first of all, thank you, Jonah, for having me. Joanne Rosanowski. I am a literal dragon mother in another another part of the multiverse, so to speak. My dragon mother. This is pretty much how I see her. Um,
Mm.
Very caring, very loving. Um, she's very earthy. And for those who don't know or haven't, listened to seen Jonah and I work together before. When dragons were, when everyone turned on them on Earth, as the matriarch, I stayed behind with the babies and the younglings and one other female dragon, to bring the younglings up to a point where they could, in fact, go through the portal. They had to have a certain energetic level to go through the portal to leave Earth. Um, and and we waited behind for a long time for because dragons live for thousands of years. So we waited for a long time hiding in a mountain range. Um, and my job was to get them through to the other side when they were all ready to go through. Um, and I have a really profound memory of that. And it's come through in a past life progression as well, regression, sorry. Um, so I am very attached to the dragons, and that particular dragon is Melathuselah. Um, she's an enormous dragon. She can blow the ultraviolet flame. She's one of the oldest dragons, and yeah, she's very much a mother dragon. So very close to Sophia, and I also have a source dragon, whose name is Moonstone. Now, I only met Moonstone recently with, funnily enough, Denise, who's on the call with us today, um, at a women's circle meditation that we did, and it was actually one of the angels who introduced me. I kept getting a message that I was getting a source dragon, and I kept saying, "Where's my source? Well, where are you? Well, where are you? Who are you?" And yeah, we did this beautiful meditation. Um, and Archangel Haniel was in the meditation, and what he without I was so surprised because I was not expecting it. She said, "And here's the one you've been waiting for," and brought in my beautiful cosmic dragon, whose name was Moonstone. And she, of course, is from the moon, so looks after the moon. So there was this beautiful connection. So now all of a sudden I'm collecting moonstones with my dragons, and I have obviously got some in that little setup that you've got in the background there, Jonah.
Mm.
So I'll hand it over to
And
you, and
and thank
perhaps
you
we can.
for providing this beautiful picture.
Thank you for having me.
This and yeah. And Joanne's connection to the dragons to Melaphusa, um, her ability to communicate and understand and get into the dragon essence has been really, inspiring and enlightening for, for me and my journey. So it's so happy for us to come together once again in this program, and I'm excited for everybody listening to be able to experience, both of the dragons, all of the dragons together with us now. It's just
Yeah,
incredibly powerful experience. So thank you.
it is. Yeah,
um
thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you for
Thank you.
everyone.
Lovely. Would you like to proceed and perhaps we can do some just three box, 4 4 4 breaths and get everyone into the same zone so that we can call the dragons in with everyone in the same level of peace and harmony.
Absolutely. And yeah, that breathing is a great idea. It helps us tune in, sink in, distance from the thoughts a little bit, quiet in. So
Mm,
it's a perfect thing to do. So in box breathing, we'll breathe in for 4 breaths, hold for 4 breaths, breathe out for 4 breaths, hold on the emptiness for 4 breaths. And
yeah.
we'll do this
So
a few
repeat
times.
that for three goes, yeah?
Three,
Lovely.
yeah, three, perfect. So breathe
Okay.
in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on the full breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on the out breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on that inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on that exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on that inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And just feeling into that alignment, coming into
Yeah,
our
there's a
dragons.
lovely energy coming through, and there's definitely energies from all of us. I can feel a number of energies coming in, which is lovely. I'm seeing a blue dragon. Somebody has a blue dragon,
Mm.
which could be from the Pleiades, perhaps. There's also a solar blue, but I think it's Pleiades. Melathusa, Moonstone, Jonah, are all here. And I have already called in the air, fire, earth, and water dragons, which we're going to use today to cleanse all of the beautiful energies, not just around us, but all of Mother Gaia and all people that live within, upon, and above her, or all souls. And by all souls, I'm talking everything from Mother Earth herself to all the beings that live inside her, the planet, all the beings from the trees to the rocks, to the water, to the people, to the ants, to the butterflies that live within her, and of course, all of the souls that live above her, butterflies, birds, dragons, the atmosphere, the clouds, because everything is consciousness. Taina ano, I kataina ano, shema a ina ako I taina. Me ina iko eta e mai ai ako. The dragons have just asked me to pass on the message. It is time to let go. It is time to release, and that you are protected. I'm feeling that very strongly. That it's
Wow, I'm
safe
feeling such a
for
sense of calm
everyone.
and presence as we do this.
It is safe for everyone to let go of what no longer serves them. There is no more karma. Karma is complete on earth, so to speak. When the fifth dimension and third dimension divide, so to speak. And by that I mean the souls that have chosen to remain in the third dimension will do so. The souls that choose to move into the fifth dimension will do so. And they are dimensional differences, and the earth will be different in each of those places. However, over time, the third dimensional earth will be transmuted because it will be a shadow of the earth, and those souls will be sent to similar places to complete their journey. It's not a bad thing. It is purely the path of that soul that they have chosen to take. So there should be no fear and no no worry from anyone about what's going to happen, because wherever their soul has chosen already to go is where they will go. Um, and many souls will go to the fifth dimension. Many souls have chosen um, to turn to the light. Um, it is our job as the forebearers to, this is what the dragons are telling me, as forebearers, so the ones that have come forward first, um, and revealed ourselves and our alignment and awoken early. It is our job not to lead in power, but to guide others and to bring them gently with love and compassion with us to the new earth, to help them in their journey with unconditional love. And there's a word that they're trying to explain to me. Um, Devotion. Yeah, it translates to devotion. So we are devoted to the. This is the purpose. This is our role. Um, to with devotion and unconditional love to guide and help others through, to raise their frequency for the fifth dimension. Jonah, I would like to pass back to you if you've got things to add. I feel like you may have.
It's just wonderful to see that really intense energy to come through, that stillness. And I want to ask a question to you, Joanne, and to ask the dragons to inform through you
Mm,
with yeah, kind of breaking free from the mind to kind of come out of this artificial matrix we're in.
hmm
Can the dragons facilitate that to happen for us right now?
In answer, it is a yes and a no. So the matrix we are in is indeed a physical matrix. We are manifested into the physical. Um, the dragons were also previously manifested into the physical. They are now non-physical beings, but they will again become physical beings in the fifth dimension, and that is a choice. We are, when we make it to the fifth dimension, can choose, because we will be building our light bodies. We can choose to be a light body or maintain for a period of time the physical crystalline body, and that's why the body is being upgraded to a crystalline body, currently carbon, but carbon under pressure becomes crystal. So that's why 2025 has been a year of great um, change and great power. And a lot of people, including myself, have felt a great exhaustion and tiredness. And a lot of that has actually been because we upgrade while we're sleeping. And so we have, in fact, been cooed to sleep, so to speak, to ensure that we get the rest that we need. And we must, um, they're telling me we must, our body is a temple and that we must listen to it. And when it says, I need to sleep, we must sleep, because that means that either an upgrade is coming in, or um, or that upgrade is going through the workings, and you need to be asleep for this process so that your egoic conscious mind does not interfere. Um, so yeah, so rest is really important. Um, they are asking me to bring in a bit of a a bit of a wind circle, a bit of a wind tunnel. So the air, fire, earth, and water dragons, obviously, There are elemental dragons, and there are also dragons that are combinations of the elementals. So there might be fire and water, there might be fire and air, or water and earth. Um, there's a number of them that remained here on Earth and embedded themselves into Mother Gaia to come out when this time would come, and they have indeed come out. Um, and right now, we can request them at any given time. They're always with us, they're always around us, but ask them to literally 360 degrees around you, east, west, north, south, to clear the energies around you so they can go through the air into the earth, underneath the earth, and back up over you. They can go around you. And blow their ethereal flames. And I'm actually seeing this while I'm saying it. And I'm going to send it to you as well so you can see it. Um, and just imagine these dragons, fire, air, earth, water, all swirling around you, above you, over you, under you, clearing away that all those little bits of negativity that have been stuck in the cells in your body, um, which will help the integration of the upgrades to your DNA and also your crystalline body. And it's really important to call that in because they can help us a lot in that department, which will make upgrading your frequency and releasing a lot of that mind, that egoic thought. Um, it will help to change some of those patterns. They can literally, you can ask the fire dragon to literally blow that stuff away. So use, not use is a terrible word, but you can call the dragons in for this purpose. They are here to help us. Um, and I encourage everyone to call in the elemental dragons. And you can just say the elemental dragons, they know who they are. And they are all around us. And just ask them to please, can you clear every cell in my body and every part of my outer body? So, your aura, your auric field, your emotional field, your psychological field, all the different fields of your body. And they can literally go through your entire body, inside and outside, and clear all those energies from the smallest cells in your body. And it's really important to do that to release the past because we all know that we hold pain, especially in our solar plexus and sort of lower chakra areas. That's where we hold pain. That's where we hold guilt, shame, fear, protection, all those things that have happened to us in life, and we need to let all that stuff go. So they're encouraging me to ask you all to call them in to blow their ethereal flames, to clear out. And every one of them, of course, has a different purpose. Our body is made largely of water. So the water dragon can help clear the fluid in your cells. The fire dragon can help clear the memory of your cells. The air dragon can help your oxygenation and your blood to flow better. The earth dragon will help you to ground and release and receive energy clearly. Um, and so each one of them has a job and they know what they're doing. So you just need to call them in and then visualize them going around you, over you, up, through you, and let them do their job because that's really, they're here to help us. And that's why they stayed. That's why they went into slumber in Mother Gaia to help us through this process. I hope that answers your question. It was a very long answer.
Yes, yes, thank you. Wow. Mm.
Ne ai kanta, ne I ta ina mākou tia shua te ina, ore e to koro, wā e taka ina, ma ina. As within, so without, as above, so below. Oh yeah.
And how can we kind of join more fully with them and integrate our consciousness more fully with them? Kind of letting go of our ego and allowing them to come in more fully into us and filling our awareness more.
Every person has a dragon, just like every person has a unicorn. You may or may not know it. You may or may not have met them yet. You can call them in. Um, I met my first dragon 20 something years ago, 25 years ago. Um, I had it since birth, but you know, it sort of came back very strongly 25 years ago. And I think, um, firstly, the most purposeful thing, like with anything, people believe, you know, there's obviously the yes and the no for extraterrestrials. Well, we know they exist. And those of us who are comfortable with them have already had contact. The people who are not have not had contact yet. So everything happens at the right time. Everything happens when it is meant to. Um, the most important thing is to be open to it, to know that it is all of these beings are here to help, protect, guide, and enlighten you, not to, there's no harm. Do no harm is the, you know, is the saying for the golden future, do no harm. Um, and so it's very important that you are open to it, that you call them in. And when you are meditating, I mean, you know, it took me a long time. I've meditated for many years, many decades, but I still have days when thoughts come into my mind and I visualize them as a cloud. And then I visualize the wind blowing the cloud away. And so I acknowledge it and then push it off. And that's okay. Um, it's important not to give yourself, the more you think about it, the worse you can make it, you know? So actually it's better to accept that it's okay, that things might come through when you're meditating, but to push them off. But we all have things going on in our lives that, you know, my mother's just gone into a nursing home and, you know, she's, you know, having some difficulty getting used to the process. And for her and for us, her, you know, her children, it's important to, you know, to care for her and make sure that we ease in that process. So that's been on my mind. And yes, it's come, you know, those things have come in. One of my sisters had a heart attack a couple of weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And you know, of course, that's been on my mind. So things are always going to happen in life that will come in. And it's important to acknowledge them because they come in because they're important. But also, it's important for you to acknowledge your sovereign self, which is everything and nothing, consciousness. So, like I said, if you can picture the cloud and let the wind blow it away, I found that to be a good one. Other people have different tactics, but I certainly found that worked for me. And it is important, acknowledge and release, acknowledge and release. Um, and once again, you can call the dragons in and ask them to help. Ask the fire dragon or the air dragon to keep the breeze blowing and keep that egoic mind um, moving those thoughts away while you focus on the intention that you are going into that meditation with. And that's very important to have an intention before you start meditating. Why are you meditating? What are you looking for in this meditation? What is your question? Do you wish just to be in silence? Do you wish to have an answer to something? Do you wish to feel or see something? Be specific. The more specific you are, the easier it will be to get to that place without the ego coming in.
Mm. And also in terms of communication, so I think a lot of our viewers, myself included, would love to just have more communication, more often, more robust communication. Really see these dragons as being, as being real, really hear them come in, see them come in. under
Well, they are.
understand the message. Do they have any guidance for that?
Well, from my own experience, the more you merge with your dragon, or I mean, you might be the same with an angel, might be the same with a fairy, might be the same with a unicorn, whatever it is that you are drawn to and that you are, um, that is part of your energy, your alignment. Um, the more you lean into it and merge with them and welcome them in and invite them to be with you every day and ask for them to be by your side and call them in. I sit in my car, um, and I'll have the radio going and I'm singing along. And I can literally look in the rear vision mirror and I capture a picture of my dragon, bouncing along in the back seat to the music. Um, and if I turn around, they're not there. But in the rear vision mirror, I got a glimpse of the dragon head, enjoying the music. So the more you integrate, the more you work with them, the more you welcome them, and ask their name, find out what color they are, visualize, ask them to help, like ask them, can I see you? And let them show you what they look like. Ask them what they like. Ask them where they're from. Because dragons come from all sorts of different places, be it Source, be it Andromeda, be it Venus, be it um, Pluto, Pleiades. They're all from somewhere else, or Earth itself, obviously, with the elementals. Um, but yeah, talk to your dragon, ask it questions just as you are asking me questions. And the more you ask questions, the more likely you are, the more you ask, the more you will get answers. And it does take time. You're building a relationship, just like a human to human relationship. We need to learn about each other. We don't just meet each other and know everything about each other. Yeah. Even though you may feel deeply connected instantly to someone, um, you still want to find out about them. So you ask questions and you find out about their life story. And you do the same thing with your dragon or your unicorn or your fairy or your angel. So you have that same relationship. But the most important thing is that head heart coherence. So I highly recommend Greg Baden's head heart coherence breathing if people are struggling to connect, because it literally brings your egoic mind, puts it offline, and brings your subconscious and heart into connection. Um, and you have to do it, for sort of 7 minutes or something. It's a bit of a practice to get used to. But yeah, if you look up Greg Baden and his uh, heart head coherence breathing. There is stuff on YouTube. And I went through a long time learning how to do that and practicing it, so that I could get to that point. And once you're in that heart head coherence, your egoic mind does, it's overpowered because your heart has a mind as well. In fact, the biggest mind you have is actually your heart. Your heart is, in fact, it's as much of this is the computer, and this is the operator. So, it's really important to make sure that the operator is looking after the computer, not the other way around.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely feeling that getting into the head of the heart, getting into the head. And,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
from the heart being able to deal with everything that's moving around in there and all the emotions that are
Yeah, yeah, but
cropping
but
up
it
and
is this is the master operator. So if you can get your heart to, then that's where this breathing comes in, because your heart literally connects to the subconscious mind. So you're working with your higher self immediately. And as soon as you're in that place, your egoic mind is minimalized. So it's a really fantastic thing to do. So yeah, Greg Baden, highly recommend.
and yeah, we also ask our other participant. I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Maybe you could remind me.
Denise.
Denise. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
hi.
Denise, if you have questions you'd like to participate as well, we'd love to.
It's not so much a question, but just an observation that a lot of what's being said, um, kind of resonates with some of the other things that I work with, like angels and fairies and things like that. It's, as Joanne was saying, you know, you've got to lean into it and invite them into your life and learn about them and ask their names and talk to them and just kind of bring them into your reality. And then they do present themselves to you, you know, because I've had experiences with those kind of beings as well. And I'm just observing that it's funny how these higher level beings kind of operate in the same way, you know, like with angels, for instance, you can feel the energy of the angels coming in and cleansing you, or feel the energy of the fairies lifting you, and things like that. So it's there's similar kinds of, although they're different beings, they operate in similar ways to help us and to bring us to that higher level of consciousness. So that's my take on today, and it's been lovely. And I can't, Joanne, you told me I had a dragon and I couldn't remember the colour, but today I had green everywhere. So
There you
I'm
go.
was it a green one? Was it a green dragon?
I think you probably do, because it's also your dragon is very connected to the angel of the green angel as well. So
Yeah, so
I do
okay,
think there is a strong
Raphael,
connection there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's a very elemental colour, like a very earthy colour too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
So,
think it's probably not a, it's not a, you know, it's the, even the earth dragons are, you know, in that fifth dimension.
yeah.
You know, they are a higher resonance, obviously. But yeah, your dragon's more in the 7 to 9. So
Mm.
yeah, we can
So
work out what that one is.
it's
But
been
yes,
lovely, and it's been lovely to just hear hear how you kind of operate with your dragons, and with me, it's kind of like affirming that that's the way that I operate with all of these beings as well. So, you know, that's great, and I can't wait to meet my dragon. I'm really going to work on that. So
yeah,
thank you. Yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
beautiful.
Mm.
Well, like I said, we every one of us has a dragon. Can you hear me well enough, everyone?
Yeah.
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 The microphone's coming in
Yeah,
great.
everyone has a dragon. So, you know, um it's about calling it in, inviting it in. And Jonah, of course, you're Jonah dragon, as we know. I mean, you haven't really spoken about Jonah today, but I'd love to hear about your latest experiences, because you've been to Mount Shasta and all sorts of places. And you've been taking my beautiful Melithusa along with you as well, I think. So, yeah, I'd
I've
love
been
to hear
calling it
about your sort
Malthusa
of
a lot, and
latest
I'm sure you can
experiences.
feel it. You know, definitely at least every feels like every couple of days I'm calling it Malthusa. Can you know help out, give some guidance, or help work on issues. I'm continually trying to get greater guidance from from Yona and Malthusa as well, and I mean, I almost constantly throughout the day kind of ask, sort of like, what
Sorry,
does
I'm
Yona
having
want
trouble
to?
hearing you. I don't know what's going
Oh,
on, but um,
okay. It's on my end. I
something
can,
on my end, perhaps. Apologies, everyone.
okay. I also have another microphone built into the camera, and I can try that. That
That's
may
all right.
be
I'll
better.
put my pods in.
Okay. Um, well, I'll just switch as well. We can.
I can hear
There we
you.
go. That's better.
Yeah.
That's better. It could be, yeah, because I've got my external mic on.
And is
I
this
was going to
better
say
on my
something.
end now, or was the other one better?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good now. So,
Okay.
like I said, I've just put my pods in. So just make sure if I'm double speaking, because I've also got my
Yeah.
external mic on. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, so these dragons, as we know, they know a lot. They know a lot more than we do. So I'm constantly calling in Yona and often Malthusa to see kind of what is the best course of action. And I really, look up to Yona as as a higher self, giving guidance, inviting.
Absolutely. She is you.
Exactly.
Just
Exactly.
Melathusa is me. She and Yona is you. Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Okay. but coming in
And
with a much,
it wouldn't surprise me, being that we're connected. I mean, random connections across the world. But there was another female dragon with me, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was Yona. Often you end up connected to the same, souls along the way. So it wouldn't surprise me if you were there on Earth protecting these little youngling dragons until they had the power to they had to get to a certain vibrational frequency, which was based on age to go through the portal safely, to because obviously they had to sort of transcend through this portal to get to another dimension. And it wouldn't surprise me if Yona was the other female there. Because the two of them do like to hang out with each other a lot. I know that. And you
yeah.
took them both into a cave at Mount Shasta. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, yeah, that was fascinating, and we had been, and people go back to previous episodes. Joanne had been, mentioning seeing a, cave that I would find and go into, and
Mm.
I guess how it happened was very very interesting. I was actually at, it's almost like a long story with a lot of coincidences, but I was at Burning
No
Man,
such thing as a coincidence.
right,
Exactly.
of all places. And I kind of found myself hanging out with this group from Reno, Nevada. And I was mentioning about, like Mount Shasta and the interest in caving. And then all of a sudden they were like, yeah, like we have this friend who is like the caving expert of like Mount Shasta. And it was like the person who probably is going the most out to caves around Mount Shasta now, right? Just so happened. And they shared that contact info, and I got in touch. The next time I was at Mount Shasta, we we went to this cave, and it was super miraculous looking when you went in a little ways. And this was kind of to get to it. It was like on the other side of the mountain, like you're going through back roads. It's the kind of thing that you wouldn't it's like you wouldn't even see that was there, even if you were like almost right on top of it. You just wouldn't know because it's like just this little hole in the
It's
ground.
exactly as I told you it was going to happen. I said it was on the other side of the mountain and you won't be able to see it.
Wow, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, because I was thinking maybe it has to be high up. You have to reach the elevation where it's
Yeah.
gonna be snow.
No, I
I'm
just said
like,
it's just going to be hard to find. Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly how it was, but it wasn't right. Once you know exactly where it was, and it was like, and you're also, it was right off of this road, right, this like woods road, this logging road, and it's almost like within feet of that, which is exactly what you were saying. You're saying it's not going to be like, you're chugging up the mountain like over all
Yeah, no,
these.
I could see it with my, well, Melathusa was showing me. She was showing me and she was saying like it's kind of like hidden by a tree, but yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, and once you came in and you did, you went on your belly for a little bit, but not even that much. It was kind of like it narrowed down and then it opened up into this perfectly circular space, and it was really beautiful because it was gold. It was like a gold plated golden,
Wow.
perfectly circular space. And
Wow.
I mean, the explanation for that biologically, which they explained, is that it's like there's a certain type of, either it's an algae which grows over it, and it is this gold shiny color.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, it was absolutely breathtaking, and it was also perfectly pristine. Like there was not a footprint there. It looked like not a single person had like come into that, because it's like no one would know about it and they're not telling anybody
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it. And yeah, I mean, just like the silence in that cave. And obviously there's, yeah, like no phone reception, or nothing's going to get
Mm,
into that space. It's like perfectly
yeah.
pristine space.
Beautiful. Yeah, that was fantastic to see that happen so quickly after I had spoken to you about that and said you've got to go back. There is a cave, and so yeah, I was going to say the dragons don't lie. They know.
They know. They know.
They know.
Wow.
They know. Yeah.
And
Um.
the whole Shasta experience. There are also two other dragon related experiences on Shasta. One was at the point where I drove up to the highest point you could drive to, and right again, there happened to be a man, over there, and the first thing he started talking about was dragons and how Mount Shasta, the mountain itself, was formed out of dragons, and then he was pointing up. If you look, it's like you could see the dragon there in the rock, and he was pointing that out. And I was like, wow, that does, like, I can see the dragon in the rock formation, which is
Yeah.
the mountain, which is Mount Shasta, which is that
Yeah. Yeah.
that part of the mountain coming off. It's like you can
Yeah.
see like the top of the dragon, like the mouth of the dragon,
Yeah.
and all of that.
And Denise can confirm that I have said if Melathusa lies like
Yeah,
you wouldn't see her. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, she's very connected to that Mount
Mm.
Shasta. Yeah. Yeah. So I do think that there's definitely a very strong connection for all of us in that place. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Does anyone else, do you have any other questions? Is there any questions from anyone else out there? Would anyone on the live like to ask any questions?
No.
I'm just tuning in and checking.
Yeah.
Um, I've been having, I guess, a slight technical issue on mine where it's hard to
That's
usually
okay.
I can see who's watching and if people are
That's
typing something
okay.
in, but for whatever reason I'm not right now.
Yeah, that's okay. Obviously, if any questions come through, it's at a later point, I'm more than happy to come back and answer them if
Yeah.
you would like. Denise, have you had any, I would like to know from you if you've had any angelic, a unicorn, fae things happening over this end of year
I could
period.
keep you here for a week. But yeah, over this time of the year, it's mainly angels, and
Yeah.
I usually I have to be in a quiet space, which has been almost impossible. But that's
Yeah.
why I get out and go for a walk, because I call
Yeah.
it my angel walk, and
Yeah.
that's when I kind of invite them in. So, I think the world's been in a pretty shaken up place lately. So I've had a lot to do with Michael and
Yeah.
his protection energy, and the green
Mm,
angel Raphael for his healing.
mm.
So
Yeah.
they are my two main
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
angels, that can't call them people
Yeah.
because I talk to them, but
So do I. Yeah.
yeah. But I think too, uh, the Fae aren't around as much at the minute. I feel like I don't know why. Maybe they're waiting for the new year to come in or something like that. It's just been very quiet. Um, I've put out all my new fairy garden things and hoping and praying that
Lovely.
they're going to turn up. But
Lovely.
yeah, I think you know what I feel like, everything's on a little bit of a hold until the
It
new year
is.
clicks over. So
Mm.
yeah, and I'm just at the moment I'm just open to learning some new things. So it's been fascinating today to learn more about dragons. It's been great. Yeah,
Beautiful. Thank you.
yeah,
Um, as always, I mean, I've always had, very vivid um, uh, dreams, whether they be asleep or awake, often awake in dreams, um, very prophetic, so to speak. So I saw what was coming as far as and I think we've talked about this before,
yeah,
Jonah, about the plates moving and, the earthquakes and all that sort of stuff. That's Mother Gaia stretching her wings.
so to speak. And it's very much part of she's releasing. She needs to get rid of the density that we've brought to her. The pain and the density, the dirt. So she's clearing out what she needs to. So there is going to be much more of that in 2026. Just so everyone knows. However, I've been told to pass on the message that not to fear it, because it is as it's meant to be. Mother Gaia is becoming a fifth dimensional planet. And this is the first time in the cosmos, and I've spoken to Metatron about this. This is the very first time in the cosmos that a planet has jumped 2 dimensions with living beings on her. So that's why it's such the entire cosmos is watching us right now. And we are being protected from so many angles. The 3-eye atlas that came through was a Lyran. It was a Lyran. I'm not going to, the word vessel's in my head, but more artifact is a better word. Artifact. It was a Lyran artifact. Thanks to the, and this is obviously hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years ago, the Lyran reptilian wars, when the reptilians came to Lyran, and and a lot of planets were blown up, and the Lyrans were sort of spread across the galaxies and the universe and cosmos, and some came here, and the war unfortunately followed them here. So what is now our asteroid belt was a planet. Mars did have an atmosphere and life on it. And so the reason it came past Mars first and through that area was to clear remaining or negative energy that was holding in that area. And then the reason it went past the sun the way it did and set off all these sun flares is because it basically has dropped in a whole lot of love bombs into the sun, so to speak. Love bombs is probably a terrible word, but it's dropped a whole lot of energy, positive energy that the sun can flare out to us. Cosmic beings are protecting the earth from damaging solar stuff. However, they're making sure that it does come around us, not into us, so to speak. But everything that's coming from the sun to us, and also the fact that 3-eye atlas, its trajectory to then I think then it's on its way to Jupiter or whatever. As it passed its closest path to Earth or whatever, it's actually in Earth's trajectory around. So it followed Earth's trajectory, basically leaving these same positive energies. So as Earth moves through, it's going to be collecting more and more through 2026. So there will be a lot of change, a lot of movement, tectonic plates. The African plate is already starting to split. That will continue. New lands are coming up. That's already started. The volcano in the ocean near Japan is creating a new land, so to speak. And of course, we know that from South America to Hawaii to New Zealand was Lemuria. So a lot of that, which is where obviously the Ring of Fire is, a lot of that's going to start coming back up again. So there will be a lot of Earth stuff going on, but yeah, not to fear it, because it is Mother Gaia spreading her wings, and all that are meant to remain on her as in the fifth dimension will do so. So just to go with the flow is what they're telling me. Just go with the flow. Compassion, love, peace, just stay in those energies all the time. And yeah, love is the answer to everything, isn't it? It's all about love.
I do have to tell you, because I've also wanted to ask, is Gaia herself going into fifth dimension, or are certain people leaving Gaia and going into the fifth dimension kind of on their own?
So Gaia is going into the fifth dimension. There will be a third dimensional version of her, as I said, it'll be like a shadow
sort of thing. So all of the timelines are collapsing. Yeah. Karma has collapsed. All of these matrix things are collapsing or have collapsed. And that is what 2025, the 9 cycle, is all about. It's the end of all of that stuff. Yeah. 2026 is obviously, well, 11 or, it's a 10 year. So it's a 10 or a 1. 10 can be a year of integration for year 1, if you know what I mean. So a lot goes on in the 10 year, but it's also the first year. So it's about that integration and those changes. So there will be, like I said, a lot happening. There will be a lot of, a lot of things in the next few years are going to collapse as far as, monetary systems or whatever. But as Mother Gaia spreads her wings, in doing that, like I said, literally, she has to. It's volcanoes and it's eruptions and it's tectonic plates and earthquakes, and it has to be physical movement because she is changing. She's upgrading, just as we are. So those of us that are going into the 5th dimension, and there's a lot of souls that have actually achieved 7th dimension now. And so anyone that's in that 5 to 7 dimension will move with Mother Gaia. So that's basically the plan. The ones that will sort of disappear, I guess, are the ones that are going to the shadow 3D version of her. A lot of people are talking about a 4th dimension, sort of whatever, the ones that haven't quite made it yet, but that's not what I feel personally. I think it's going to be a this or that, and like I said, it's nothing to fear because it's about what we chose anyway, the path we chose. Some people, we've all played different roles in different lives, on whether it's on this planet or another. Sometimes we've been the angels, sometimes we've been the nasty ones, sometimes we've been the good ones, sometimes the bad. And every one of them is just, it's learning, it's playing a role, it's learning about the challenges and overcoming things and lessons, and it doesn't matter which way you go. It's whatever it is, what you've chosen, what's right for you. I'm pretty sure everyone on this call is going to the 5th. I don't think there's any issue with that. Do you know what I mean? Like we wouldn't be on this call if we weren't going to the 5th, right? Because we've already made that choice. So yeah, I do very much believe that the physical earth, which is a manifestation of, like all things, is becoming a 5th dimensional. So she's becoming more crystalline, which means she's turning into more of a light planet. And in doing so, the connection to other cosmic beings that are also of higher dimensions will happen. So so it's going to be a very exciting and interesting time ahead. I mean, I see my cosmic family as that. It's a cosmic family. There's nothing to fear. There is absolutely nothing to fear. Nothing at all. So I hope that answers your question. Like I said, if you're here on the call, you're going to 5. It's pretty simple. I'll drag you by your hair.
Perfect.
So yeah, if there's any other questions, fine. If not, I'll do a little bit of light language if you like to wrap up.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, if we could do a little bit of light language and
yeah, sure,
short guided meditation, that would be amazing.
Ina ako te e maina ia ai katina nananao e takaro i taka joina i o pakiti ne o maana tokora I toki he e maano I are o ke karo te kia ma le arori rokore ta niema. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. I'm pretty sure That was more star being than you. I was expecting dragon, but that was definitely star being because I've been talking about them. They're listening. And it was just saying the world ahead of you, the world to come is beyond your imagination.
Mm.
It is beyond beauty. It is beyond your imagination at this point in time. The colors, the light, the energy, there is nothing to fear. It will be beautiful, was basically their message. So thank you.
That's
Like I
beautiful.
said, not what I expected to receive. And from the dragons, I'll just ask if they want to say anything. Dragons. Te ana eo, te poko o ita, roe o ne amano, to kore e shoro kotokia, tokotia, tokotia. We are with you. We will protect you. And we love you unconditionally. Thank you. I am complete. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was so
Thank you.
powerful. I'm just basking in that message. Saying that the world is more beautiful than we could expect. There's nothing to fear. I was just really feeling that message sinking, coming through the crown.
I wasn't expecting a star being to pop in, but they do that every now and again.
Wow. Do we know who that was? Did they identify themselves?
I felt like a mantis being.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know
Mantis beings are actually 12th dimensional. I don't know if you know that or not. They're incredibly high energy, 9th to 12th. But yeah, a lot of them are in 12.
Okay. Yeah, I've
They
been
are
told I
they are
have.
they are the watchers. They watch over us. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been told I have a higher self that's a 9th dimensional, I believe blue mantis being. So
Yeah, possible. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. The mantis beings are incredibly so benevolent. But they are like the watchers of the universe. They just keep an eye on everything and make sure nobody's doing anything naughty, so to speak.
Amazing. Well, very, very grateful for that being to come in. Quite
Yeah,
a powerful message for all of us.
beautiful.
So
Well, thank you very much for inviting me onto your show today, Jonah.
yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Joanne, and thank you for Denise. Thank you, Denise, for joining us as well.
Thank you.
So beautiful
Thank
to
you,
have you both
Denise.
here.
Beautiful.
Blessings to both of you, and anybody else who's watching. New Year blessings and love and light. And thank you for today. It's been lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you both.
Love and light to all.
Love and light.
And a very happy new year.
Yeah, and Denise, if you do, or if you're interested in people, finding you and whatnot, you're welcome to say how people can find you if that's something you're looking for.
Thank you so much. I do have a Facebook page, so my mind has just gone blank. Sorry. Next time.
Well, you're welcome
Denise,
to
Denise
pass that along,
Barker,
and I will add that in.
Yeah.
Angel guidance.
It's Denise Marie. Denise Marie, Angel Guide.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. I knew something like that. There you go.
My brain's still out there somewhere. I'm not home
That's
yet.
lovely. No. Well, that's good. That means today's work.
So, Denise
Thank you.
Marie, Angel Guard.
Thank you very much.
Lovely. Namaste, everyone. Lots of love to the world and lots of peace to all. Thank you
very
so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.